Hello student, this is the Sangeeta Mansukhani, video number 152. In this video I will be explain reverse osmosis and water purification. So the direction of the osmosis can be reversed if a pressure larger than the osmotic pressure is applied to the solution side. So the pure solvent flow out of the solution through the semi-permeable membrane. So this phenomena is called reverse osmosis and method is used in desalination to get salt-free water from seawater. So here you see salt water whenever pressure applied. Okay, so when a pressure higher than the osmotic pressure represented by the pi. Okay, so whenever pressure higher than the osmotic pressure of the seawater is applied. Okay, so pure water passes through the semi-permeable membrane, leaving dissolved salt and then other impurities behind. So fresh water easily separate from the semi-permeable membrane, but we have to use higher pressure comparison than applied to the salt water. Okay, and so variety of the polymer membrane is available for this purpose, but commonly used semi-permeable membrane is cellulose acetate. Okay, and this method of purification is boon for the region where fresh water is scarcely available. Okay, so reverse osmosis and water purification, it is very important because it is used in our daily life. Then next topic is abnormal molar mass. Abnormal molar mass, that is means ionic compounds when dissolved in water, so dissolve into the anions and cations. So like we have to take example 1 mole of the KCl, 74.5 gram in water. So dissociate into the K plus and chloride ion. Okay, so molecules of the acetic acid and then benzoic acid associate in the benzene due to the hydrogen bonding. Okay, so already we have to study about colligative property. So we have to easily calculate molar mass of the solid. But whenever association and dissociation of the compound, so molar mass is determined by these methods, do not agree with the theoretical value. Okay, so such molar mass that are either lower, otherwise higher than the expected or normal values are called abnormal molar mass. Okay, so those molar mass that are either lower and higher than the expected or normal mole values, so we have to say abnormal molar mass. Okay, so in case of the association and then dissociation of the compounds are different the molar mass. So whenever first is association of the molecule, that is means decrease in the number of the particles in the solution, so resulting in the decrease in the value of the colligative properties. Okay, and colligative properties are inversely related to the molar mass of the compound. Okay, inversely related to the molar mass of the compound. So therefore higher value is obtained for the molar mass than the normal value. Like example, ethanoic acid in benzene, so undergoes dimerization, so it show a molar mass is 120. Okay, but normal molar mass is 60 because here two ethanoic molecule are dimerized. Okay, so one ethanoic molecule molar mass value is 60, but dimerized, that is 2 molecule are attached, associate, so its molar mass is 120. Okay, see the diagram. 2 ethanoic acid, so dimerized, so CH3COO hold twice and attached by the hydrogen bond. Here you see 1 ethanoic acid oxygen and attached by the hydrogen bond to the hydrogen of the other molecule, CH3COOH. Okay, so the dissociation of the molecule. So dissociation of the molecules lead to the increase in the number of the particles in the solution. So that is means increase in the value of the colligative properties. So due to this, lower value is obtained for the molar mass than the normal values. Like example, potassium chloride in water, K plus and Cl minus. It show a molar mass of the 37.25, but normal molar mass is 74.5. Okay, but dissociate, so its molar mass half. Okay, so KCl is converted into the K plus and Cl minus. Okay, so want of derived a factor to deal with this abnormality in the molar mass. Okay, so whenever ionic compound dissolve in water, so dissociate into the cations and anions. If anion and cation attach together, associate, so association and then dissociate. So two types of the molecule, association of the molecules and dissociation of the molecule. If associate, so decrease the number of the particle in the solution, and then dissociate of the molecules, so leads to the increase in the number of the particle in the solution. But after it, want of derived factor to deal with this abnormality in the molar mass, or to deal with the extent of the association and dissociation. Okay, so want of derived one factor, so it is known as want of factor and denoted by small I. So in 1880, want of introduced a factor known as want of factor, so to account for the extent of the dissociation or association. But it is defined as the ratio of the experimental value of the colligative property to the calculated value of the colligative property. So want of factor is equal to small I is equal to normal molar mass, that is calculated, and then divide by the observed, that is abnormal molar mass. And in abnormal we have to count association, otherwise dissociation. Okay, then so observed colligative properties and divide by calculated colligative properties. And colligative properties inversely proportional molar mass, 1 upon molar mass. In 1880, want of introduced a factor, it is known as want of factor, to account for the extent of the dissociation or association. So defined as the ratio of the I is equal to normal calculated molar mass and divide by the observed molar mass. So colligative property inversely proportional molar mass. In association, observed molar mass being more than the normal, so I has value less than 1. Okay, so for the association, so I is equal to abnormal molar mass, value less than 1. But dissociation, observed molar mass has lesser value than the normal, so it is more than 1. So I greater than 1. So the value of I for the ethanoic acid, acetic acid in benzene is nearly 0.5. But while for aqueous KCl, NaCl, magnesium sulfate solution is nearly 2. Because ethanoic acid associates, so its value is 0.5, less than 1. But aqueous KCl, NaCl, magnesium sulfate, it is dissociate, so it's more than 1, so nearly 2. So the value of the I4 K2SO4 is nearly 3, because here also dissociate. Okay, so I is equal to observed colligative property divide by the normal calculated colligative property. Then next topic is modified forms of the colligative properties. So due to the inclusion of the want of factor, the modified forms of the colligative properties are: first is relative lowering of the vapor pressure. So formula is delta P divided by P naught is equal to Ix2 according to the abnormal molar mass, if association and dissociation. So this is the formula for the colligative property. So P delta P is equal to P1 naught minus P1 divide P1 naught is equal to I and X mole fraction, so N2 upon N1. Then similar one, elevation in boiling point. So delta TB is equal to IKBM for the abnormal molar mass. Okay, and then want of factor denoted by the I. And depression in the freezing point, third property is delta TF is equal to IKF into M. And then osmotic pressure is pi is equal to CRT, but multiply by want of factor I. So pi is equal to I CRT. Okay, so C is equal to N2 upon V. Clear? So I N2 RT upon V. So this is the formula according to the modified form way, want of factor. Okay. Next topic is degree of dissociation and association. But before the explaining degree of the dissociation and association, again I say, what is the association? Okay, whenever molecules are the associate, okay, joined together, so it show its value is lower, less than 1. Okay, and dissociate, that is means increase the number of the particles in the solution. So colligative property, its value I is equal to greater than 1. So degree of the dissociation and association according to the want of factor. So the fraction of the total substance that undergoes dissociation. So a degree of the dissociation denoted by the alpha is equal to I minus 1 divided by n minus 1. So I minus 1 divided by n minus 1 for the degree of the dissociation, and degree of the association also denoted by the alpha. So its formula is 1 minus I divided by the 1 minus 1 upon n, because here you see I value greater than 1 for the degree of the dissociation. So I minus 1 divide n minus 1, but reverse in the association. So degree of the association 1 minus I divide 1 minus 1 upon n. I is equal to 1 if, so it means solute behaves normally, and I is equal to half, it means solute is dimer. I is equal to 1 by 4, it means solute is tetraatomic, example P4. I is equal to 1 by 8, it means solute is octaatomic, S8. And if I greater than 1, it means solute undergoes dissociation, and less than 1, so it means solute undergoes association. Okay, so these are main factors of the degree of the dissociation, and then association we have to using want of factor. Okay, so extent in the degree of the dissociation or association can be calculated. Dissociation I minus 1 divided by n minus 1, and association 1 minus I divided by 1 minus 1 upon n. Okay, next this question is based on the topic determine the amount of the calcium chloride CaCl2. I is equal to want of factor given value 2.47 dissolve in 2.5 liter of the water such that its osmotic pressure is 0.75 atmospheric at 27 degrees Celsius. So we already known about osmotic pressure formula is equal to pi is equal to ICRT. Okay, and C is equal to n upon V. Okay, so pi, small n going to the left hand side and pi going into the inside. So formula coming n is equal to pi into V divide I into RT. So pi osmotic pressure given 0.75 atmospheric pressure, volume also given 2.5 liter. Okay, and want of factor also given small I 2.47, R gas constant value and T temperature. Okay, so we have put the value. So 0.0308 mole, this is the value of the small n. Then molar mass, determine the here amount of the calcium chloride. So molar mass of the calcium chloride, Ca, calcium 40 and chlorine 35.5 multiplied 2, so 111 gram per mole. And amount of the calcium chloride dissolved is equal to n into capital N. So small n is equal to this value 0.0308 multiply 111. So calculate, so 3.42 gram. Okay, so this is the degree of the this is the amount of the calcium chloride dissolved. Okay, so whenever we have to calculate molar mass multiply by the small n, so easily we have to find the amount of the calcium chloride. Chapter is over, so we have to discuss first MCQ question. Colligative properties depends on the nature of the solid particles dissolved in the solution, the number of the solid particles in the solution, the physical properties of the solid particles dissolved in the solution, the nature of the solvent particles. So B number, the number of the solute particles in the solution. Then 12 gram urea was dissolved in 1 liter of water and 68.4 gram sucrose was dissolved in the 1 liter of the water. Expected depression in the vapor pressure of the urea will be more than that of the sucrose solution, less than that of the sucrose solution, double than that of the sucrose solution, and equal to the sucrose solution. So see, depression in the vapor pressure is equal to small n divide small n plus capital N. So small n and capital N is number of the moles of the solute, and then solvent. So depression in the vapor pressure. So depression in the vapor pressure of the urea solution. So small n and capital N, small n moles of the solute number and capital N number of the solvent. Okay, so depression in the vapor pressure of the urea 12 divide 60 given mass, and then divide mass, molar mass, and divide by small n plus capital N, and capital N for the solvent 1 by 18, 1 gram given, so calculate 0.78. And depression in the vapor pressure of the sucrose, So 68.4 given 344 molar mass of the sucrose. So divide small n and plus capital N. So 0.78. So equal. So depression in the vapor pressure of both is equal. So option number D. So option number D equal to sucrose solution. Next is the unit of the equilioscopic constant is first K Kelvin kilogram per mole or K molality inverse. This is the unit of the equilioscopic constant. Then next question, which of the following aqueous solution should have the highest boiling point? Okay, so 1.0 m Na2SO4 highest boiling point, because here you see want of factor, here ions you see NaOH, so 2 ion only, Na2SO4, here 3, 2 Na plus 1 SO4, NH4 NO3, 1 NH4 and 1 NO3, 2, and KNO3, 1 potassium ion and then second NO3, so 2 ion. So here only for Na2SO4 3, so want of factor I, so greater the value of the want of factor, higher, so will be elevation in the boiling point. Okay, so higher will be the boiling point of the solution. Next question is, what happens to freezing point of the benzene when naphthalene is added? So freezing point of the pure solvent decrease on addition of the solute, and hence a solution of the benzene and naphthalene has lower freezing point than the freezing point of the pure benzene. So freezing point of the pure solvent it decrease whenever add solute. So that is means B option. Next, an unripe mango placed in a concentrated salt solution to prepare pickled cereals because it gains water due to the osmosis, it loses water due to the osmosis, it gains water due to the reverse osmosis, and it loses water due to the osmosis. So it loses water due to the osmosis. Then next, at a given temperature, osmotic pressure of a concentrated solution of the substance is higher than that of the dilute solution. Okay, because osmotic pressure whenever applied, so it is a higher concentration that of the dilute solution. Next question is, ratio of the O2 and N2 in their air is 1:4. So find out the ratio of their solubility in terms of the mole fraction of O2 and N2 dissolved in water at atmospheric pressure and room temperature. So here you see KH value 3.30 for O2 and nitrogen 6.60. So 1:2. Then which one of the following is not correct for an ideal solution? So you already known about ideal solution, Raoult law, delta H and delta V value is 0. So D option is incorrect. Okay. Next question is, which of the following statement is false? Units of the atmospheric pressure and osmotic pressure are similar. Correct. The value of the molar depression constant depends on the nature of the solvent. Correct. Okay, so relative lowering of the vapor pressure is dimensionless quantity. Correct. Only B, in reverse osmosis, solvent molecules move through a semi-permeable membrane from a region of the lower concentration of the solute to the region of the higher. Wrong. Higher to lower osmosis. Okay, clear? So B is false. Next is, we have 3 aqueous solution of the NaCl level A, B, C. So concentration A given 0.1, B 0.01 and C 0.001. So we have to find values of the want of factor. So IA because 0.1, then 0.01, then 0.001. So IA greater than IB greater than IC. Option number B. Next, NCERT textual questions. Okay, exercise question. So question number 1, 3, 12 and 14. It is your homework because the simple type, theoretical type question defines and how many types. So these are already explained in my the videos. Okay. So like question number first, define the term solution, how many types of solution are formed, write briefly each type with an example. Then third question, define the following terms, mole fraction, molality, mass percentage. Okay, so these are 1, first, third, 12 and 14. Okay. Then suppose the next question is, question number second, suppose a solid solution is formed between two solutions one whose particles are very large and the other whose particles are very small. So what kind of the solid solution is this likely to be? So interstitial, because two substances are large, okay, and other whose particles are very small, so which is interstitial solid solution. Next question number 4th. Concentrated nitric acid used in laboratory. Work is 68% nitric acid by mass in the aqueous solution. So what should be the molarity of such a sample of the acid if the density of the solution is given 1.504 gram per milliliter? So you already known about 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml. Okay, so of the concentrated nitric acid, but here given density is 1.504 gram per ml. So 1 liter of the concentrated nitric acid convert into the ml. So 1000 multiply this density. So this is the mass. Okay. So given the concentration of the nitric acid 68% by mass. So 68 into 1504 divided by the 100. Okay. So this is the mass of the nitric acid in 1 liter concentrated nitric acid. Then molar mass, calculate hydrogen 1 atomic mass, nitrogen 14 plus oxygen 16 into multiply 3, 48. So calculate 63 gram per mole. Okay, so number of the moles of the HNO3, mass upon molar mass. Okay, so mass 68 into 1504 divide 100 and then molar mass 63. So calculate 16.23 mole. Okay, so concentrated nitric acid contains 16.23 mole of the nitric acid in 1 liter volume and its molarity 16.23 mole. Clear? Any have doubt? Okay, so please tell me by message. Next question is, a solution of the glucose in water is labeled as 10% W/W, and what would be the molality, okay, and mole fraction of each component? So first we have to find molality, then we have to find second mole fraction. Okay, so if the density of the solution is 1.2 gram per mole, so what shall be the molarity of the solution? Okay, so molality first we have to find. So consider here 10% W/W. So that is means 10 gram, consider 100 gram solution. So 10 gram glucose dissolved in the 90 gram water. So total formation solution 100 gram because 10% W/W. So 10 gram is solute glucose and 90 gram water. So then complete 100 gram solution. Then molar mass of the glucose C6H12O6. So calculate 6 into 12 plus 12 into 1 plus 6 into 60. So is equal to 180 gram. Okay, so 10 gram glucose is equal to 10 divided 180. Okay, because you already known about for the glucose given mass and then molar mass. So 0.055 mole and 90 gram water. So 90 divided 1000 kg for the solvent way. So 0.090 kilogram water. So molality is equal to glucose divide the water. So glucose moles 0.0555 and water 0.090. So calculate, this is the molarity 0.617 kilogram per kilogram. Then molar fraction, mole fraction, and you already known about for the mole fraction formula is directly we have to apply, your choice. So like total moles of the glucose and water we have to add. So water, glucose. Okay, so molar mass of the water 2 plus 16 18 gram and 90 gram water 90 divided by 18 for the water is equal to 5 mole. So total moles of the glucose and water. For glucose 0.0555 and for water 5. So 5.0555 mole. So mole fraction of the solution, moles of the glucose divide total moles. So moles of the glucose 0.0555 and divide total moles 5.0555. So is equal to 0.01. So for remaining water 1 minus 0.01. So is equal to 0.99. So this is the moles of fraction of the glucose. So remaining is mole fraction of the water. Then molarity of the solution. So molarity of the solution we have to use volume, and volume is equal to mass upon density. Mass given 100 gram and density also given 1.2 gram. So calculate 83.33 ml is volume. Okay, and moles are given. So formula is molarity is equal to moles of the glucose in the 1000 ml solution. So given moles of the glucose divide by the volume of the solution into 1000. This is the formula of the molarity, because in molarity we have to use volume. Okay, so calculate, so 0.67 per mole per liter. This is the molarity. Okay, clear? Next question, number 6. How many ml of the 0.1 m HCl are required to react completely with 1 gram mixture of the Na2CO3 and NaHCO3 containing equimolar amounts of both? Again I say, how many ml of the 0.1 m HCl are required to react completely 1 gram of the mixture of the sodium carbonate and then sodium bicarbonate, but containing equimolar of the amounts of both? So first is composition of the mixture, because first we have to find composition. So total mass of the mixture given 1 gram. Okay, clear? And sodium carbonate we have to consider X. So sodium bicarbonate 1 minus X. So molar mass of the sodium carbonate 2 into 23 plus 1 into 12 plus oxygen 3 into 16. So 106 gram per mole. So moles of the sodium carbonate X divide 106. And molar mass of the sodium bicarbonate. First we have to find molar mass. So 84 gram per mole, and moles of the sodium bicarbonate 1 minus X divide 84. So in the last we say equimolar amount of both. So whenever equal, so both of side X upon 106 is equal to 1 minus X divide 84. One side number of the moles of the sodium carbonate and another side number of the moles of the sodium bicarbonate. Okay, calculate 84 going to the left hand side and this is going to the right hand side. So 84x is equal to 106 minus 106x. So 84x plus 106x is equal to 106. 190x is equal to 106. So x is equal to 106 divide 190 is equal to 0.558 gram. So number of the moles of the sodium carbonate is equal to x upon 106. So this is the x value. So find the number of the moles of the sodium carbonate. So divide this value. So 0.00526 mole. And similar for the sodium bicarbonate, because 1 minus x. So the mixture is equimolar. So number of the moles of the sodium bicarbonate also same. Okay, 0.00526. Okay. Then amount of the HCl required for the reaction, because question is how many ml of the HCl. So reaction with the sodium carbonate react with the HCl. So convert into the NaCl and plus H2O plus CO2. So 1 mole of the Na2CO3 react with the 2 mole. Okay, so 1 mole of the sodium carbonate react with the 2 mole of the HCl, and sodium carbonate is 0.00526 multiply 2. So this is the amount of the HCl. Okay. Then same reaction with the sodium bicarbonate. 1 mole of the sodium bicarbonate react with the 1 mole of the HCl. So convert into the NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. So 1 mole of the sodium bicarbonate react with the 1 mole of the HCl. So here 1 mole, so we have to calculate. So 0.0526 mole of the sodium bicarbonate react with the 0.00526 mole HCl. So total moles of the HCl required to the react completely with the Na2CO3 NaHCO3. So HCl 0.01052 and then here 0.00526. So both are total. So 0.01578 mole. So this is the amount of the HCl required. Then volume of the HCl required. So volume is formula is number of the moles divided by molarity. Okay, and number of the moles is equal to 0.01578 divided by molarity given. Okay, molarity 0.1 mole per liter. So calculate, divide. Okay, and then volume of the solution required in ml. So multiply by the 1000. So multiply by the 1000. So 157.8 ml. So volume of the solution required in ml, milliliter. So 0.01578 mole per into 1000 divided by 0.1. So is equal to 157.8 ml. Next question is question number 7. A solution is obtained by mixing 300 gram of the 25% solution and 400 gram of the 40% solution by mass. So calculate the mass percentage. So mass of the 25% given by the taken solution 300 gram. So mass of the solute is equal to 25 and then into 300 divide by 100 because percentage. So 75 gram of the mass of the solute, and then mass of the 40% solution taken 400 gram. So its mass of the solid 40 into 400 divide 100. So 160 gram. So total mass of the solid 75 plus 160 is equal to 235 gram. So total mass of the final 300 plus 400. So 700 gram. So percentage of the solute by the mass 235 gram, the total mass of the solute divide the solution. So 235 divide 700 multiply 100. So 33.6%. Okay. Next question I will be explained in the next video. Thank you so much.